Hello there, everyone. My name is Pink here. Welcome back to another episode of Planet Crafter. Last episode, you had a bunch of commentary from me on the ongoing game of baseball, which this is now being recorded after the series is finished, and I'm immensely disappointed. But I'm grateful for the baseball I got to watch. It was amazing baseball. They were amazing games. The teams did amazing. Both teams were awesome. I got it! Okay, I'm going to have to go back and do that after I finish exploring here. That's huge. The Dodgers won, which I didn't want. Look, a straight up pulsar course. Yoink. Oh. These are very vital. Food gross. Okay, this is probably the last message from him then. What if I just stayed here forever? I've had enough ice to drink, and my crops are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I've successfully set up an energy source with a few solar panels, and for now, at least, I finally have a bit of comfort. Could I spend all my life by myself? Do you need company to live? Will I die alone? Something really strange about this planet. I can't put my finger on it, but the more time I spend here, the more I want to stay. It's nonsense. Ikhlas. Year 3041. That is interesting. Because that sounds like an unintended consequence to me. I got one more inventory space I could use. That's more valuable to me there. Now to get out of here. So. Yeah. I have been a Jays fan for a long time. So. This is the first time in 32 years the Jays have made it to the World Series. And that's a big deal. So I was watching like a hawk. I don't normally have a lot of time to watch sports. I'll look up highlights, I'll watch those, and I'll keep an eye on the scores for my teams. But I don't have the time. I do so many other things that just to sit down and watch a game of baseball or a game of hockey or a game of basketball just takes time I would normally spend doing something else actively and actually accomplishing something. Not that I don't enjoy any of those things. I will use it, and I have done it. It's not to say that those things are even bad. It's just a matter of my priorities. I can take the end. I can take that too. And what I find engaging. Like the World Series, I watched that. I watched almost all of it. I paid so much attention to it that I couldn't even peel myself away from it to record properly. Let me drink. Are you worried about it being irradiated, the game? Or you just didn't think people want to drink out of this water? Okay, up and away I go. I completely missed that last time, which not very surprising given how cloudy it was. I kind of am curious where the iridium meteor actually went, though. Have I been in here? I don't think so. Whoa. I need more of that. Need as much of that as I can get. I'm not sure where I am, and I'm glad I have unlimited oxygen. I like the caves. The caves are a good addition. I'm not sure if they had these in the entire time or if this is something they added in afterwards. Okay. Oh. Am I where I think I am? Yeah. Well, no, I'm not, actually. I'm in a different place. See you later. You and you. But I think it connects to a place that I know where it is. Oh, now it does. Or not? Where am I? I have not been here. That's where I am. Oh, they loaded rocks in on me. Little desert area. With proper soil taking over. That is very interesting. Huh. I wonder what the water level's like up here. To have it be like that. I'm exploring way far away from where I initially wanted to go. I think I do remember exploring this. Yeah. But now I can make the fusion cells and not allow me to get access to whatever it is past those. Oh, hello. I definitely didn't come back here to do that, though. This is a bunch of storage stuff. Railguns. So, I'm trying to think. I'm thinking back on the things I have talked about, which has been a lot of things. This series is over 40 episodes now. This is episode 41. So, I've talked about a lot of stuff. I've gone on at length about hope. And there are many topics that I have not talked about. Just because they're annoying to make. Things I haven't decided to go near yet, or things that I think won't go well if I decide to address them. Okay. But, well, I'm not a big fan of political correctness as an idea. I think when you police the way people talk, you toe a line that you're not supposed to toe. You toe a line that's never meant to be crossed, much less pushed. So let's talk at length about that. You are policing the way in which people speak and express themselves. Now, not everyone in the world believes that free speech is a right. And that is worth acknowledging. Not everyone in the world thinks that. But for the people who do, how do you justify restriction of speech? How do you justify that? What do you say that makes it okay? I think I found a little back room. I am safe from your treacherous meteors, aliens. I know you hate me. I like how there are larvae in here. Doesn't matter how much you make the world shake, I'll never bend. Gotcha. So you have two choices. In the To resume to the conversation. You have two choices in the face of this dilemma. You can say no speech is criminal. Speech is free speech. You're allowed to say what you want, but the line is crossed when you take action. Or you say there is no free speech. Those are the two options there. And you can't choose neutrality in this issue. You can't. Why? You can't choose neutrality because neutrality doesn't exist. Either you do or you do not support free speech. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. I have got myself completely and utterly lost. But I'm going to keep talking. I must have taken a wrong turn somewhere. Possibly at Albuquerque. Oh, there it is. I think. Maybe. Perhaps. There's still another branch of this cave to explore. I hear a waterfall. Oop. It got brighter. That's definitely not the entrance I came in at. I think this is up where I was intending to go. Those explosives? No, that's rock wall. Food level low. Let me just nom that down. I have it. Might as well use it. So you say pink. I believe in partially. Well, then I say that you believe in no free speech. If you believe in free speech only when they say something that agrees with you, you do not believe in free speech. If you believe in free speech, but only when they affirm your beliefs, you do not believe in free speech. Understand that this is not an indictment against you. This is me trying to get you to understand that you may say you believe one thing, your actions will speak louder than your words. Now, I do not believe that words are useless. Oh, you're heading for me, are you? Right directly for me? When I have no inventory space? I'm gonna cause another apocalypse. Right there. Okay, cool. I'll head over and try and pick those up then. I love having storage space. It's very nice. And if you choose not to take a stance upon this, you choose neutrality, as with any issue. Realistically, you can be painted as the side opposite to whoever is fighting for or against it. Neutrality means nothing, ultimately. And quite literally, it means nothing. I go buy it, or did I just completely miss it? Are there just pulsar crystals in the bottom of this lake? No, don't seem so. What you got for me? Negative 3.6. Jeez, why is it so bad here? And so, ultimately, neutrality doesn't matter for a whole host of issues. But neutrality will tend to side with whichever side of an issue is louder. That's the thought I was trying to get across. Whichever side the issue is louder, that's the side neutrality ends up on. Ultimately. It may not be the side that you end up agreeing with, but if you don't want to rock the boat, or you don't want that, you have to make that known. Or else you're going to be in a world that you don't recognize. So to say that you support free speech, you must support the expression of speech where you agree with it. This does not mean you endorse it. No, understand that. Understand that you can stand wholeheartedly against something, completely and utterly disagree with it, but support their right to free speech. But it must be free speech in its entirety. You cannot... Drone station, that's what I wanted. Okay. You cannot preen and say, oh, only this is acceptable. No, you have to allow it in totality. Everything, whether it be hurtful or helpful, has to be allowed. But does not mean things do not have consequence. Free speech allows for you to lie. This does not mean that you have free pass to lie. Underwater cave. Little air pockets. Look at that. I found me a golden one. Production multiplier. Oh. That's not worth it. Nice. Free super alloy. That's what I like. And that's very clearly my belief upon free speech. That you exercise it. And you have a full right to exercise it. Say what you want. Yo, fish. What? I wonder if this is something that happened while I was out and about doing things. Or if this is just a special feature of this area right here. Whoa. Does my breath get worse? Like, does... Or no? Okay, so, like, there's a ton of areas here. Give me that, give me that, give me that. Give it until I get down to half. A neutrality on an issue as important than this is siding with the side that is louder. Now, you get to determine which side's louder by how loud you shout. Whoa, I found a wreck. Is there water? I'm risking it. There's not. I don't have oxygen because I didn't plan on it. Okay, gotta get back before I drown. Because there definitely wasn't water here before I got here. Because there wasn't any. It could have been frozen. I wish I could use my thing underwater. Okay. I may want to come back with some oxygen capsules. I'll also go and empty my inventory. Do. And thus, as someone who is in support of free speech, I'm openly against hate speech laws. Because they're just not tolerable. Because you don't get to decide what speech is and is not acceptable. And in many ways, I prefer the American Constitution the way it is written. That such rights are inalienable. They cannot be removed, or they should not be removed. But free speech is going to be a blanket term. Because to prevent restriction and interpretation in favor of one side or the other, you have to be broad. And you have to be willing to accept the consequences of being broad in such a way. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. Ever. Anyone who thinks that they can achieve perfection is taking something. We are patently incapable of it. I guess I can kind of segue into my thoughts on communism, and I'll probably spend a lot of time talking about the various downfalls of communism and socialism and such. And I will talk about the downfalls of capitalism as well, because no system, I believe this very firmly, no system is perfect. No system can be perfect. It is capable of it. Okay, down I go. So communism. Communism requires a few things. One is a complete misunderstanding of the human condition. Another stems from that condition. Oh, whoa. The self should not exist. That's what we have been told since we were born. We live as one. We, the wardens, are one united, without individuals in the group. Can the concept of a group even exist if there are no entities? When your own existence is threatened, when your self can disappear, how can one really be selfless? Is the urge to survive really incompatible with selflessness? A warden. That's interesting. They are a sort of hive mind, potentially a voluntary hive mind. That ties in surprisingly well with what I was saying, though. I'm gonna drown. Yeah, I noticed. I'm gonna deal with this for a little while. It's kind of annoying. Get up. No, I'm gonna drown. I'm gonna drown right here before I can get up. What the hell? Am I stuck? F4. My mouse is out. I think I'm stuck. Uh-oh. I haven't saved it in a little while. What are my options? Oh, I can do that. What? I'm stuck like this. Okay. I'm going to pause recording for a second. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I guess I just had to relog. But, unfortunately, I lost some progress. So, I'm going to take this opportunity and go back to base. Yeah, I just got the drone station. I got the lower layer. I'm gonna go back to base, empty this thing out, maybe build a fusion thing to work with, and grab me quite a few oxygen capsules to work with down there. But I was talking about communism. Communism, in every single way it's ever been presented to me, hinges upon the idea that people, mankind, man is inherently good. That man is not selfish. And that given the opportunity and a blank slate, man would develop utopia. Or could develop utopia. I think if anyone ever wants to decry idealism, that is a perfect chance. Right there. Because experience will tell you that mankind, is inherently selfish. Knowledge will tell you that nothing that man has ever touched has lasted. The fundamental assumption by communists and by so many people and idealists and everyone is that man is good. Man is inherently selfless, is likely the best way to put it. Mankind is inherently selfless. Mankind is inherently selfish. And that little lore dump we had there, that's the communist ideal. There's no individualism in communism. Not in practice and not in ideal. Quasar quartz. I can work with this. I can work with this. The real question is, does it get consumed? I'll go and I'll explore that, but I want to see what this does first before we go somewhere else. Create your first fusion seal. Out and around. So, I've gone on many long dialogues. For anyone who's ever talked to me online, I've gone on many long dialogues about how the nature of communism is incompatible with human nature. Communism would work if it wasn't humans. It wasn't people doing it. Unfortunately, people are the main subjects of communism. And thus, they always end up getting exploited. Because there's not another way for it to operate. What? No, it's locked up. So, let's see. Did this open up anything? A while ago. And the doors are they open? That one wasn't open beforehand. I know that much. Yoink, 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 yoink. I have lots of that. That's nice. Hello. Vault. You. Don't need you. I guess I get to see what this thing is then, and I'll... Production multiplier, energy multiplier, energy multiplier. Beautiful. Lots of production multipliers, look at that. Okay, cool, that's awesome. So I'm gonna need to make more of those. I think I did recoup my pulsar quartz at the very least. I can extend this by a couple minutes just to see what else kind of opened up. So, jeez, look at all that. I'm not gonna have enough space. Kind of exploring in and around places now. Kind of looking to see. So that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to re-explore all those areas again, but now without the dread and the issue of oxygen bearing down on me. Unless I'm going underwater again, because then apparently I need to worry. I need the common larva. But once I get back to base, I'm going to call this episode there. I like Middle Plains area here. It's cute. I haven't made that big of an impact upon the land overall, it seems. Which is how it should be. I'm very much an environmental conservative. Conservationist is the correct word. Sorry. I was talking a bit of politics and I got carried away. Man, this is a dense forest. It's awesome. I cannot walk through here. Can I make T3 tree splitters? I can. Man, they're expensive. Oh well. I'll check that and then call it. I got a couple things I need to build now, because I can. So many. Got the breathable atmosphere. I'm part of the way to fish, which is interesting. Because there were definitely fish over there. It must be a quirk of the area. They're growing, they're growing. Calm down. T3 tree spreaders would probably be the big one for me, though. In that regard, T5 heater, insect spreader rocket. So goal there. I'll get there. I'm gonna get there. T4 exoskeletons coming up. Drone station is something I need to do. Pressure is going up nicely. T3 ore extractor is going to be good for more storage. Looks like it's drone compatible, which is awesome. T1 aquarium is coming up too. Wildlife collector is even closer. I hope. But working towards it, man. And then circuit parts. Quite a bit more to do on the GTI. Okay, I'll call this episode there. Thank you guys for watching, listening, tuning in. Hope you guys leave a comment. If you want to talk to me about my political beliefs, I'd be happy to get into that. I will have a in-depth debate with you, in good faith, in the comments. Please like, please subscribe. If you didn't like it, subscribe so you can yell at me. I'll listen even more to my subscribers. Yes, subscribe out of 8. I dare you. Yeah, that's all. Have a great day.